Hello, busy mom. How are you? You are in the kitchen with Deb, and I'm your personal kitchen consultant. Now today, I'm taking you into my personal herb garden that I am making. And I thought I'm going to start it this year. I like to grow stuff, so here's what I decided to do. This is going to be my indoor herb garden. This is a hanging planter, and I'm going to be planting, right now I have planted in it oregano. Now, have you thought about making an indoor herb garden for yourself? Such as oregano and basil, and maybe some green onions or chives? Well, this year, I'm finally going to do it. And in fact, I've got my herb garden indoors and outdoors this year is what I'm doing. Now, I'm not a garden expert, but I do know what works for me. First thing you want to do before you plant your herbs, I believe they call it forking. This is a little miniature spade. Take it and get it all the way down, if you can, to the bottom of the planter. You want to loosen that soil up. You want to get it loosened. And I've got newspaper underneath here so that I don't get it all over everything. Now, I bought oregano over the weekend. All right, this is very, very loose. I don't want to hurt the oregano, but you get the idea because I went all around the oregano because I just planted that the other day. And he looked a little shriveled up, but now look at the oregano. It looks really, really good. Oh, God, it smells good too. Now, there's some plants that you can plant together, and some you can't. And there's a lot of different theories in this. Now, for example, oregano. This is known to be a cancer-fighting plant. It helps you fight cancer. Now, it's a perennial herb. It will come back also, but you do need to prune it before the winter. You want to prune it to encourage more growth over the winter. Now, don't be surprised if your indoor herbs go kind of in the winter. That's common. They get their little stages, but they will perk up, so don't give up on them. Now, I wanted the oregano because I love pizza. I love my spaghetti. It's got a very pungent flavor. Now, supposedly you can grow, with your oregano, you can grow chives, mint, basil next to it, sage, rosemary, lavender. However, I would double check that and make sure, because a lot of the herbs, some like it wetter than others. Some like a drier soil, some like a wetter soil. Now, last night, this doesn't look too good. This is my basil. I bought this last night. I actually found this at Aldi. It's organic, and it was on sale. And let me tell you, there was hardly any left. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to plant this whole thing in here. But what you normally want to do is you want to break up the soil. You want to break up the soil. See how I've got an extra. I'm going to save that one for outside, so I'm putting him back in the container on the other little baby container. And I have a cat over here, and you know how nosy cats are. So if a cat gets in the video, don't be surprised. They like to see what's going on. Here's another chunk I'm going to save for outside. I'm going to go plant that next to the oregano outside. I watered this last night, but it wilted. You want to make sure your roots are moist. Make sure they're moist. These are still moist from last night. Now, I'm going to go ahead, and there's 4 parts of the container here. I can go across from the oregano, or I can go on either side. I'm going to be planting 2 other things on the other side. And I'm going to put it at the end of the container. I want to spread out the roots a little bit. It's going at the end of the container on the opposite side of the oregano. Now I usually save the little card that comes with it and says I'm oregano. It did not come with it. So now I've got the oregano put on the other side here. If you're wondering what this is a watering ball. It has water already in it. I fill it up whenever it's empty. Now remember, this is going to be my indoor planter. So now this plant may go in. Basil's funny. It's very temperamental sometimes. So when you take it from outside, I had it outside all night, and it was windy out today. Was not happy with it. Was not happy at all. So now I'm going to give it a little bit of water now that I've got it planted in. Now, when it starts growing, it's going to start hanging over the end, which is fine because and then the same with the oregano, hang over that end. And then you trim them when they get too big. Trim them. Go ahead. Freeze the leaves. Freeze the leaves. Put them in the freezer for the winter when you've got too much. And you'll have it through all winter. And plus, this is going to go, when I get it started, I'm going to figure out later, that was the only plant I can get yesterday. They did not have the chives or anything else. So that's the only reason I got basil. I wanted to get more plants. I did not want to start from seeds this year. Because sometimes I don't have good luck with seeds. So now I've got my basil. He looks a little peaked. Oh, he smells so good. Now basil, that helps with anxiety, depression. It helps your curb your age-related memory loss, which is a plus. Now, basil is going to go flower. When it flowers, you want to pinch off the flowers because that will encourage the growth. It will flower. And when you take the leaf off, you take the whole stem off when you want to use it. So, and remember this guy's going outside. Whoops, he's going to go outside and get planted next to the oregano so that I have double insurance here working for me. Okay, so you got the basil, and here is the oregano. It's a little small yet. This was a smaller plant that I bought. Now remember, I did tear it, I did split it in the middle, and I've got the other half outside. But like I said, basil, you prune, take the flowers off, and oregano, you go ahead and snip it. And that always encourages new growth. Get my little decorations in here. Ta-da! And I'm done. I gotta clean it up now. Now, don't forget, my prep, organize, and declutter and Master Your Kitchen Club is now open. Been working behind the scenes. I've got all the content in there and some videos for you to watch. And if you want to work more closely with me and get more one-on-one kitchen organization and declutter tips, comment below or send me a DM. And are you going to try an herb garden in the indoors and see how yours does? Let me know. And I will catch you guys later. And now I am craving spaghetti. Wanting to put my herbs in it. Thanks, Busy Mom. I'll see you later. Bye.